Welcome back everybody, and today we're taking a look at another film in the Universal Horror Monsters and Curiosities box set from Umbrella Entertainment. So we are skipping a few now in terms of what is in this release. So we are skipping the disc after the Invisible films. So we're skipping Murders in the Rue Morgue from 1932, The Black Cat from 1934, and The Raven from 1935. And that's purely because I have all three of those on this release from Eureka that came out a while back. 20 uh 2020. So yeah, been a while since I've bought this, but yeah, obviously I already have them on a far superior release than this one. So I will actually go through those in October, because obviously I do my 31 films of horror in that month. So yeah, we will look at those at a future date. We'll also be skipping over the next disc, which has the Invisible Ray from 1936 and Black Friday from 1940, as they were also part of another release from Eureka, the Maniacal Mayhem box set or release. And I've already reviewed that one, so we won't be looking at that in the future either because I've already done it. Um, but yeah, we will be looking at the film that we are looking at today because it is a film that I have seen before but not actually owned or reviewed, and it is 1941's The Black Cat. So this is directed by Albert S. Rogel, who also did Airhawks, which is a film we've looked at before in a Columbia Noir box set or Columbia Horror box set. I can't remember which. Um, but yeah, it is a film we have looked at in the past, and yeah, that was a reasonable effort. And this is more along the same kind of lines as that film. And this is a mystery horror comedy that clocks in at 70 minutes long. And there's a few people in this film that we've talked about in the past in previous releases, previous films, sorry, that were in this box set. So we've got Basil Rathbone, who we talked about in Son of Frankenstein, Bela Lugosi, who was in three of the Frankenstein films that we looked at so far: Son of Frankenstein, The Ghost of Frankenstein, and Frankenstein Meets a Wolfman. And finally, Anne Gwynn, who was in House of Frankenstein as well. But we have a couple of new people that we've not looked at before in this box set. We've got Broderick Crawford, who I've seen in 11 films. He's mostly well known for his film noir efforts in the likes of the 50s, so the likes of The Mob, Human Desire, Scandal Sheet, and Convicted. And we've also got Alan Ladd, who, again, mostly well known for his film noir efforts. I've seen him in 7 other films, the likes of Blue Dahlia, The Glass Key, and Appointment with Danger being a few of my favourites from him. So, greedy heirs waiting in a mansion for a rich cat lover to die, only to learn that her cats come first. So, although this somewhat struggles to balance its three genres in an effective manner, with the comedic aspect in particular feeling underwhelming, especially with the main comedic relief in this. I've forgotten his name now, but yeah, he's a little bit annoying, especially with his little laugh that he does here and there. So yeah, the comedic element is a little bit underwhelming, unfortunately, but nonetheless, this is still an engaging effort. This is thanks to the good cast, solid amount of atmosphere. Its singular location is really well used because it is pretty much wholly set in that mansion. The pacing is on point, even though the comedic element is somewhat underwhelming. There are still a couple of laughs throughout. The mystery aspect, though, is what ultimately keeps this thing as engaging as it is. So, yeah, it's a decent effort, but it's by no means my favourite version of the Black Cat. In fact, the 1934 version that is part of this Eureka box, really Eureka release, is definitely far superior than this one. But it is interesting that Bela Lugosi would start in two different versions of the film, only 7 years apart. But yeah, that version is definitely better. The early 80s version as well is done better as well. I think that was Lucio Fulci. But yeah, still, it's a decent enough effort and gets a 3 out of 5. We also have a trailer as part of this release as well. And the film is filmed in 137 to 1 aspect ratio. We've got black and white cinematography. It's 2.0 DTS MA audio, DTS HD MA audio, and in 1080p format as well. And it looks and sounds perfectly good. English language soundtrack and subtitles for the English deaf and hard of hearing. So yeah, it's overall a decent effort, but yeah, nowhere near as good as the older version that we've had already. So yeah, we'll also be skipping over the film Night Monster. It's on the same disc as this because that was part of another release. Yeah, creeping horror set also from Eureka. So we'll be skipping over Night Monster and therefore going on to the next disc, I believe. Yep. Even though we will also be skipping over another film in this release on this disc called Nike. I think we had that yet in the Universal Terror Karloff collection, also from Eureka. But we do have Tower of London from 1939, so that will be the next film that we're looking at. And that again has like Basil Rathbone, Boris Karloff, and as well as Vincent Price in it. So looking forward to revisiting that. It has been some time since I've seen that film, but it is nice to have at least another Vincent Price and Boris Karloff film in my collection via that one. So yeah, but nonetheless, if you have seen 1941's The Black Cat before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.